Welcome back to Drunk Reviews. We've already reviewed Nocturnal Animals,
Spoiler
and now we're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss Nocturnal Animals. I'm the Salt Shaker. This is the Perezos. Let's get this done. We're not holding back.
We're not holding back.
We're going to talk about Nocturnal Animals.
I'm going to tell you something about Amy Adams' character. Fuck that bitch, man.
Yeah, she's a
fuck that bitch, man. But she plays it so well.
That movie really is a perfect example about superficiality taking over, corrupting, and then shitting out this forever sad woman who hates the world.
Well, yeah, I guess in the flashbacks, she's kind of like unsure.
There's some hope.
Yeah, there's some hope, but like the current Amy Adams character, like she is in complete shambles. I think it is a reflection on some relationships. What?
Smells fucking good.
Yeah. So I think Amy Adams is a reflection on some women now.
No, it's like not now. Always, there's always been a mom with her daughter's ear, who's telling her that this man, you're rushing into this young love romantic relationship. Most people know this is what they want, but they choose against it because everywhere you look in society, people measure success about how much money you have in your wallet. Like it's about a woman who went against her instinct, chose something different, and now regrets it later on in life. When we talked earlier, we talked about the book. The first husband sends Susan a book, a manuscript, and the book is dedicated, it says, for Susan. The title of the book is Nocturnal Animals, which is a nickname that he used to have for his first wife. Mm-hmm. And she's intrigued. She hasn't heard from him in 16, 17 years.
20 years.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, well, now, because she's miserable, and she remembers with fond, adoration, she remembers her early years, her first romance, and she wants to regain that. So she starts reading the book, reflecting on her past life with her first husband.
Because, their relationship revolves around him being a writer.
Yeah.
When they were younger or when they were together.
He wants to be, right?
Yeah, he wants to be a writer, and she's just like, nah, you suck. And by the way, my mom tells me, you're too weak.
You don't go to school, but you want to be a writer. It's a romantic idea, but it's not realistic.
Yeah. But I like what Jake Gyllenhaal's character says to her, you remind me of your mom. Which she does turn into her mom.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally becomes a mom. Yeah,
it is so great.
Yeah. I'm a big advocate of redemption stories. I wanted,
and this is a redemption story, man.
For him.
For him, yeah.
Yeah, you don't realize it until the end of the movie. But I wanted it to be a redemption story for her because she was a terrible person, and you want to kind of see this story arc, this character arc where she is forgiven and he comes in and sweeps in and rescues her from her miserable existence. But that ain't gonna happen in this movie because that's not the way the real world works. And so when we talk about the book, it's about a man driving on the highway with his wife and his daughter. These three hooligans pull them over, run them off the road. Yeah. They kidnap the wife and daughter. They rape and murder them. In comes Michael Shannon, the detective cop, who gives a badass performance as the soon-to-be dead from cancer rogue cop,
Takes justice in his own hands.
Absolutely, yeah.
At the end.
I like the symbolism at the end of the book that she's reading. Jake Gyllenhaal's character in the book finally is able to kill the person who murdered his wife and child, but he's not strong enough to kill him outright, so he gives the guy an opportunity to hit him in the head until which he was blinded, and then in a blind stumble he ends up killing himself. Now, what did that represent to you?
To me, it meant that, I felt that obviously he's writing about himself as in the way he feels about his ex-wife.
Yeah.
Because in his story, his ex-wife died, his child dies, which she does have an abortion. of their
real
child
life.
in real life.
Yeah, she aborted his unborn child.
And so I feel that like that's the old Jake Gyllenhaal character like dying. Like I felt that like the guy that you knew, the guy that you always thought I was, like
he's gone.
I'm no longer that guy.
Well, I saw it a little bit like that too,
Okay.
but I also saw it like that's the love he had for her.
Yeah,
dying.
exactly. Dying. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense
Yeah.
because like he's writing about the loss of his wife and his daughter.
Yeah.
And then he dies at the end of the book. That's the love that he
Yeah.
had for her. She murdered it.
So at the end of the movie, she's still unhappily married to the beautiful man, but she wants to meet with her ex-husband to just catch up, I assume.
Well, is it her that wants to meet? Does she send her?
No, yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Because she receives a text in the middle of the night saying, "Tell me the place and the time."
Yeah.
So and then she you don't see it respond. She's just waiting.
Yeah.
At the
she gets dolled up.
Yeah,
first.
she gets dolled up.
She gets dolled up in a real nice green dress.
Yeah. I just felt she wanted to be a little sexy.
Yeah.
To kind of like.
She overdoes it though. Like,
yeah.
she puts on a little too much makeup
and then she takes it off.
And you know what? That was one of the saddest scenes of the movie to me because she's excited, she's hopeful of a new romance with an old fling.
Yeah.
And then she sees herself in the mirror and realizes I look desperate.
Yeah.
Which she is desperate.
She is, yeah.
Because she's sad, she's lonely.
Yeah.
So she takes off some of that lipstick because she looks desperate.
Yeah.
And then what follows after that is probably one of the saddest scenes in movie history.
Yeah, and it was well done
It
because
really
like
was.
she goes sits down in like a table for two, obviously, and then there's like just people around her having dinner, drinks, partying, having a good time, but she's just quiet there in the middle, and then it'll transition into like there's less people, and they bring her another drink. And then there's less people.
Transitions to no people.
And then they transition to there's no people. And she's just sitting there. She's looking at the door. And
that's where, like, when you talk about Amy Adams' performance,
yes.
and her spending a lot of the screen time alone and having to sell it with just her eyes.
And
her
she
body
does
language.
it beautifully,
She
man.
really does. You know, it's a really, like, a subdued performance. And really, like, I didn't really think about it that much until you pointed it out.
Man, like, she acts... She sells scenes by herself, man. And she does them really well.
You're right.
You know, who else can do that? Who else has done that? No one. Like, a lot of people cannot do that.
Nah, it's difficult. It's not easy. It's like a monologue almost, but with no words.
Exactly. And
because she just looks sad. Like, that shot, that last final shot of the film, it's on her face. She's looking down, but you can tell she's thinking about all the terrible shit that she did to this guy. It's fucking sad. Like it made me sad for her, but at the same time, it's like, what did you expect? You can't go around being a shit your whole life and then expect for people to come back to you and be like, it's okay. No, karma will come back and bite you in the ass, and that's what happens in this movie.
And like maybe she's gonna continue on in her like sham of a marriage, the lie to herself.
What choice does she have?
I mean,
let her husband continue to cheat on her and do what he do.
Just
and
take it.
Just take it because she's earned it. It just means that the whole movie is like a revenge story.
Yes, it is. Like at its core, it's a revenge movie. It's a they go fuck you to someone who wronged you.
And you won't realize you're watching a revenge movie until you get to that point.
Because I thought he was just like, let bygones be bygones. Like, she was my ex-wife.
He's gonna walk through the door. They're gonna embrace each other. They're gonna have a nice conversation, and they're gonna rekindle their past relationship. But fuck no.
Nah, bro.
She fucking killed his unborn child.
Yeah.
That was unforgivable. And as a matter of fact, in that part of the movie, when she is leaving the abortion center, she says, I've done something unforgivable. Something that he can never forgive. And he doesn't ever forgive it.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't ever forgive it. She's vulnerable. She's sad. She's lonely.
Weak,
Her husband's cheating on her.
She knows it. She's in financial ruin. Because, like, her mother always told her, like, you need to marry someone that has promise so you can have money, so you can be an elite status.
Someone who's your equal.
Who's your equal. Mm-hmm. And she thinks she does that, but it all comes back to bite her.
It all bites in the ass.
Like, I can't give this movie enough praise.
Yeah.
Anyone who will listen, I will tell them, watch that movie. Mm-hmm. Because it is great. It is so good. And, like, you don't even know what you're watching until you finish watching it. And it's up here.
Yeah.
You get me? You're just like, man, like, what did that ending mean? What did that mean? What did this mean? And you're just and it stays with you. Well, it stayed with me for days. Like I was just thinking about it. Like, what does that ending mean?
Yeah.
Like, because at first, like me being the hopeless romantic, I was just like, something happened to him. Like, he was in a car accident.
That's what Letty thought. Like,
he was in a car
did he
accident.
die or did he commit suicide? Like, no, he stood her up.
Yeah.
And he fucking like said, "Fuck you."
Yeah, exactly.
He's
like
done.
Like to me, I was just like, oh, something happened to him. Like he's dead at the side of the road on his way to see her. But no.
Nah, he was just fine.
He's fine.
Matter of fact, he was probably in bed with some, young lovely.
Yeah.
And not thinking about her at all,
No.
except for the fact that he was smiling because he got a little jab in there. He was able to get to her. He was able to hurt her at the end.
Yeah.
Give her a little sample of what she did to him.
Yeah.
A little sample. Because if she was hurting that bad, you have to imagine what this guy was hurting. It took him 17 years to write that book.
to write that book and finally send it to her.
Yep.
And yeah, man, like it took him 17.
It became his entire life.
Yeah. And like I'm pretty sure he was obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And like I kind of like that they don't show Jake Gyllenhaal and what he's up to.
They don't. You never see present Jake Gyllenhaal.
Never, man.
You see past Jake Gyllenhaal and you see the book version of Jake Gyllenhaal, and that's it.
And man, like it is so well. Like I don't know. I can't get over this movie.
Yeah,
how
awesome.
great it is.
Yeah.
But anyways,
let us know what you think about Nocturnal Animals
in the comments. Yeah. Check us out on Xbox Live, the Salt Shaker, the Perezos, Gears of War. We love it. Hit us up. Peace out.